All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Shai Yeshua, Yehoshua. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. I wanted to talk briefly on the situation with the brother being pretty much murdered on camera. These brothers, these individuals, didn't care anything about their cameras being on. This is what they do. You see this picture here, almost like he's smiling a little bit. Almost like he's smiling a little bit, choking this man, lifting him up on this table here. Um, you know, when I seen this news report, and I'm sure y'all familiar with this. When I seen the news report, um, one of the key words that came out, what stood out for me is the culture. All right, it's culture. It is the culture of this place. Um, this goes on daily. This individual he just happened to make it on some camera equipment where and then end up dying. But this stuff happens all the time. You see here in some of this article here, like the last part says a former inmate Robert Alried, who said he was also an inmate at Marcy Correctional Facility, said hearing of Brooks' brutal beating was not surprising to him. I did 9 years, he says. I've been part of the system who's actively witnessed it. And I've been part of the system who's actively witnessed it, been a part of it, been a victim of the brutality, Howard says. And this is something that goes on every day within the system. Not just the officers need to be accountable, the superintendent, that goes all the way up the ladder. And this is the culture of this place. It's a couple of issues, that we have to deal with. We have to understand, that our position, at all times, our place at all times. We got to be wise in everything that we doing, and understand that you don't have no rights like that. I don't care what they tell you. Yeah, you got the right to do that. You don't have no rights. All right, you don't have no rights. These folks can do whatever they want to do to you. You should have learned that by now. Shouldn't It's been 400 years. You ain't had rights for 400 years. You should have learned that by now. But we also have to, like we was reading in this article. If you watch the last video we did on the Hasmonean dynasty, the last little part, last little minute or so, we was reading the bottom of the article where some of these rabbis were making certain legislation with among themselves that, in situations like these, in political situations, that if they can't do anything, and ultimately, we're not going to tell nobody to go try to harm these people, or we're not going out there. We're not, the most we can do is march and hold up picket signs and, pray these people get fired and get jail time. And, we hire one of those little hats to represent us so we can get some money for, get a couple $1,000,000 for the loss of our brother, of our son. But those rabbis talking about getting to the root of the problem also, and one, us staying out of this system, and then two, us changing the culture. We know that there's a culture in there, but I was talking to brothers earlier about this, and what if it was just one brother? I ain't see all I seen was white people around this dude. We didn't see not one person of color. What if you had 1 or 2, 3 or 4 persons of color around that 10 that could have said, hey, you know what, this is enough. This is enough, man. That could have saved this brother's life. Now, he probably would have still got beat, but it could have saved his life. Just that voice. And 7, 8, 9, 10 of us being there, half and half. Meg could have, not get, he wouldn't have got beat maybe. You know what I'm saying? But we have a culture too on the outside. We have a culture of not of hating police, of hating correctional officers, and not wanting to be that. That none of our sons are growing up to be correctional officers. We don't want our sons being police, even if they mess around and be police. We'll hate them. We don't want to invite them to the darn family functions. We don't want them around. And sometimes, and then that's what end up happening is that they ain't celebrated. And the only place they celebrated, only place a black police officer is celebrated is in the academy. Them the only people gonna invite him to a barbecue. If anybody invite him to a barbecue, it's gonna be them people that's that's in the academy. And sometimes they gonna do some stuff, and because he done had a couple barbecues and met the kids and met the family, he gonna turn his eye to. And he'll keep turning his eye a few times, and then eventually he becomes part of the culture to fit in. But we have to get to the root of the problem, man. We can't keep begging the devil not to be the devil. You can't, you can't keep marching and begging some things to, begging some of these things to change. We gotta look at the root of the problem. Cause like a brother said, he's witnessing it every day. But we not seeing these other nationalities get done like this. We not seeing Asians get done like this. We not seeing we're not seeing I want to say Africans, but it may be one or two. I remember I'm thinking about it, man, that African ended up getting done bad one time, kind of recently, maybe a few years ago. But y'all get what I'm saying. We have to get to the root of the problem, so that we're not inside of the prison. And then if we do make a mistake and we are inside of the prison, that at least some of us are in there to, at least soften the blow a little bit and start to change the culture. Pray this thing was edifying, man. Y'all be blessed. We'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all hit the comments. Tell me what you think. Shalom.